Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share with you how to create a charter diagram using data in Canva. The first thing you'll want to do is find the data that you want to present. Using the text given to you and the source you found, you'll find a piece of data that you want to make into a diagram or chart or map. Let me show you an example. Let's say that I wanted to make an infographic on how to create a charter diagram using data. So I'm going to go find an article about infographic for this purpose. The article I found is from Forbes magazine. Forbes is a good source. It is credible. I'm going to go ahead and scan through my document, and look, I found a section of percentages that I want to turn into a graph or diagram or chart. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to my Canva presentation, and I'm going to decide the best way to present my information. How do I want it to be seen by my audience? Some data makes sense for a percentage, others a bar graph, and others a map showing where the individuals have traveled. As you can see with the percentage, I can use probably a pie chart, a bar graph, but a map would not be the best way to present my data. Now, I'm going to create my diagram or chart using the data. So I'm going to go to this left panel here and click on Elements. Then I'm going to go to Charts. I have to scroll down using this bar here. Then I'm going to click See All because some of these charts are obscured and I cannot see them. Now I have a variety of charts to choose from. I have bar charts, line and dot charts, pie charts, infographics charts, and other charts. You may have to try different kinds of different charts to figure out the best way to display your data. So I'm going to try a couple of them. Let's start with a pie chart because I know pie charts and percentages go really well together. As you can see, now I have a pie chart. I can go ahead and change all these other pieces. I can change how it looks, I can change the colors, all those different things. But the most important piece is going to be my data, which I'm going to get from my article. Infographics, 61%, would be an example of the piece of data I would be using. This article is talking about how effective information is in being retained by individuals. So infographics is number 1. So I'm going to use that as item number 1. Infographics, and the percent was 61% effective. Then it says commercials, 55%. Okay. Then it says PowerPoints, 48%. And as you can see, this is not the best chart to display this data, because they do not all add up to 100%. So I'm going to try and find a different chart to display my data. And I can do that here by just scrolling through. Maybe a bar chart might be a little bit better. Oh wow, look. I can see each one individually, and it's displaying fairly well. That may be the one I end up going with. So you may have to have some trial and error when doing this. I'm going to put in my last 3 data points. Articles with images, 46%. And this little bar here can be moved up and down, so do not worry about that. Next part, articles with text, 38%. And let's say I wanted to add some more data. I can still do that. That is okay. Lastly, I have blog posts with 36%. And I can just enter that data automatically. Wow, look at my beautiful data. It looks quite nice. I'm going to try a couple different types of charts though, to make sure that's the one I want to use. The stacked bar chart really didn't change much, so I'm going to try a different one. I could put it in rows if I wanted to. I kind of like that, but maybe I'll want to keep it vertical. As you can see, I could try just different ones. That one might be effective as well. Maybe a scatter plot. That one's not as effective because you can't really see it that well. Maybe I could do a histogram. That one's a little confusing with the numbers. Maybe a donut chart. That one's a little confusing too. Or a pie chart. So as you can see, I'm playing around with different types of charts and seeing which one I like. I think I'm going to stick with my bar chart here, because it makes the most sense. But I also don't like that everything is in this color, so I might be changing the color based on my background. I'm going to shrink it a little bit, and I'm going to pop it right here inside of my chart. When I click on settings, I can also do something called show the legend. And the cool part about that is I can also just click on it, I believe. I go to my data. Aha, yes. Instead of series 1, I can change the title to something that makes a little bit more sense. So I'm going to go ahead and say percentages of effectiveness of info of, I guess I would say, media. Percentages of media. And I don't really like that title as much. I'm going to probably change it a little bit. Percentages of media effectiveness. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Perfect. And you can see the title changes right here on my chart. Now, when people look at this chart, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Infographics are around that 66% effective, right? It kind of gives a little bit of a better idea, and it shows that infographics are clearly the most effective. The last part is to add your diagram or chart to your infographic, just like how I did, and decide where it fits best. Using your current information in your infographic, where does it fit? I think it fits best maybe sort of towards the center, and because the other sides are a little bit bare, I will go over to my elements, and I'm going to start to add a couple of different pieces here that maybe will enhance my presentation. That is very cool, but it's a little distracting, so I'm probably going to put this off to the side. As you can see, I can put things off to the side, I can add things to the right or to the left, I can use animations, I can use stickers, a lot of different features here. And I just have to make it look like how I want it to look. Maybe I want to find a sticker. A sticker. Cool. Now I can go through and look for different stickers. There's some different photos or videos. I can even say what specifically I'm looking for. Maybe I want to add another flower. Oh look, here's a bunch of different flowers. I like this one. And I can move it off the screen if I want to. Looks fairly nice. And now I have a completed infographic. If I decide that these animations are a little bit too much, I can also add some more stagnant pictures, graphics, etc. But the most important part is my data created chart. I didn't change any of the data that I found. I kept the data the same. I just presented it in a way that was a little bit more effective and easier for someone to visually see. I hope this was informative on how to create a chart or diagram using data inside of Canva. Please use this information to create your own chart or diagram for your infographic. Happy creating!